Hey everybody. Okay, so um a little bit ago I posted a video of me answering people's questions and kind of like an intro to me. There was a question that was asked to me excuse me, of what I thought about high school bullying. Um I personally believe that high school bullying is inappropriate and wrong, and that something needs to really be done about it because kids nowadays, they don't need to put up with other kids beating up on them or insulting them or being mean or rude to them. The last 2 years alone, my sister, my poor sister, I love her to death, she has lost a few friends because of high school bullying, and a few of my other friends have lost friends because of bullying. And for a kid that's 14 years old to go out back their house and hang themselves, for their little brother to find and die on the way to the hospital because somebody said something mean to them and people were rude to them, it's a horrible thing. And it's unnecessary because we should all try to get along with each other and get to know each other the best that we can before we go and make a judgment on another person, because just like you have flaws, everybody else does. And it's a very sad thing to see kids, especially young kids, that they don't want to live anymore because somebody said something to them. Back in the day when I went to high school, I know how it felt, because when I was in high school, I was the ugly duckling all the time to people, and I was the weirdo. And in middle school, I was chunky, so I was always called the cow and the pig and everything. And it's a very hurtful thing, and people really need to think before they say something, because what if I was to come up to you, or somebody else was to come up to you and be like, you're really ugly, or you're really fat, or you're a fag because you're gay or something. That's another thing. Bullying gays, bis, trans people, it's not right. Let them live their lives the way they let you live yours. Not that I'm trying to be biased, because I'm bisexual. They're just normal people like everybody else. They just want to be free, to be themselves, and to be loved for who they are. And the people that I know that are some amazing people, and they do amazing things for other people. And it's very sad to see them get bullied because they're different, and people are just, it's not right, and it needs to stop. And another thing that I would like to touch on in this video is, if you have my Facebook, you may have seen it on my timeline, which is an interesting new way to put things on your Facebook, but hey, whatever keeps things organized. But honestly, another serious note, there's a picture on my timeline of a poor puppy who is laying in a corner bleeding, and it's another thing that's a very sad thing, because animal cruelty and abuse it's just not right. There are friends, there are companions. I have two cats that are my companions, and I love them both to death. Even when they're a pain in my butt, I still love them to death. But animals are such innocent things, and they trust their owners, and they love them, and they're there for their owners, and they become part of the family. And for people to abuse them and hurt them, it's a very sad thing. I was doing research on them, and some of the different images that I saw of things over in like Korea and China and some places here in America with pet hoarding and with animal slaughter. I saw an image of thousands of cats skinned and piled up behind someone's house. That's not right. That's sick. I heard that there was a Chinese restaurant here in Pennsylvania somewhere that was busted for literally using cat in their food. They were stealing cats from their neighbors and using them. Who does that? Kind of makes you not want to eat Chinese food. But it's not right. Bullying's not right. Hate crimes aren't right. Cruelty isn't right. And personally, I believe that if we all, especially for those of us who have kids, I'm a mother, and the things that I saw when I went to public school and that I see my younger friends going through now in high school and middle school, and the way I see people when they dress their kids in public and stuff, I'm afraid for mine when he gets old enough. And it's a very scary place out there, and parents are afraid, and with good reason, because when you have kids, you don't want to see them get abused or mistreated or anything. And that's another thing, child abuse. Me personally, I went through it and I survived, but it's something. Think before you say something or do something when it comes to kids, because it will have an effect on them for the rest of their lives. And for you guys, and some of you women out there too, because I know there's women that are guilty of it too, your partners, your loved ones, people you're into, your girlfriends, treat them with as much love as you can, because they're another person that in this world, they'll love you unconditionally and they'll be there for you. Being someone who had 2 partners who loved to beat on me, and one recently did it again because she tried to overdose, and she came to me crying, and I took her in, and she went after me. Well, fooled me once, fooled me twice. Won't happen again. But just people hurting people, that kind of thing needs to stop, because we're all the same. Whether we're big people, little people, tall, short, any way you look at it, we're all equal, and we all deserve to be loved. And we all need to kind of find our humanity and our compassion for one another before that's something that's lost. As I said before, when I was asked what makes my world go round, what makes my world go round is love. Because when all else fails, when money fails, when work fails, or when relationships fail, it's the friends and the family and the children that you have that love you, that are going to put you back together, and that are going to make your world spin. And eventually everybody finds that one person that they want to spend their life with, and that person helps that world spin right around. And the key thing in all of that is love. So I think I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but my final point is everybody just needs to stop and respect each other and show a little compassion for those that are around them. And no, that's pretty much all I have to say. So, like I said, keep sending questions and comments and subscribe, and I'll try and post as much as I can. Alright,